What made me come back to first row is that it was a big stress reliever for one, and helps me with discipline and helps me focus more in school and just with life. And I also like the physical activity part of it, and I like that it's something unique and something different and not just the usual thing that everyone does for sports.
I stayed with first row because it keeps me fit and I like the water. That's my favorite part, is being on the water.
What made me want to join first row was trying something new, trying something out of the ordinary, things that other people won't do and won't try. Well, I like making new friends and going into different matches and sticking to something that I started, which I don't like to end things when I already started them.
I rode because I love the team energy and I love the sport, and it just gets you out there and gets your muscles moving. It just, I don't know, makes me feel better about my life.
I rode because I feel like it's relaxing. It helps you get over your school day. It helps you to think better than you would doing something else.
What made me consider myself a rower is when I found that I could push myself to the limit with things, and when I thought I couldn't do something, I actually found out I could.
What made me consider that I was a row was basically after my first erg race, and I was out of breath the entire day. I felt like I completed a challenge I thought I wouldn't get through.
I considered myself to be a rower when we rode in hotel. And it was raining, and it was cold, and there was hail. And who else would do that except for crazy rowers? No one else.
When I started getting calluses and started really feeling the weight of the boat and how much you have to put into everything that you do and how committed you have to be to come into practice and committed to the race and getting up early for things that you may have never tried before.
So how my character has changed because of first row is I'm now more motivated and have more discipline, and I'm able to just tell myself I'm going to do something and actually do it now. And I've actually become more positive when it comes to outlooks on life, and I always feel like I can do anything now.
I think the first time that I considered myself a rower was like the first time that we went out on the water, because we all had to row as a team.
I cox because I'm not as much of a strong athlete as a lot of other girls, but coxing is something that I'm able to give all my mental ability to and just focus on, and doing that when you know that you're doing a good job and you're leading your team, it's just the best feeling. I can't even describe it, but you just feel so accomplished when you're done.
I row because I like rowing.
I row for two things. One, because it's peaceful and I like it. And second, because I started something and I don't want to quit.
One of the hardest experiences is just time management, like getting here with school and not getting caught up with my schoolwork and stuff, and always having time to study and everything. But I think that's just the hardest thing, just managing my time more. I learned that I could do it. I realized even though I had so much work, I still got through it, and it's just a part of life.
You really have to push yourself to the limits. There's been times where I didn't think I could do it, and I tried to say, think maybe it was because of this reason or because of that reason, but I worked towards it and finally met my goal.
I learned that that a struggle is only temporary and that you can always try again next time.
I learned that sometimes you just have to be patient. You just have to work with it.
Something that I struggled with was learning how to steer the boat, but I realized that it does get easier and it's not as much of a challenge anymore.
taught me to be more outgoing and more open to new things and situations.
I guess I'm a lot more patient now, learning to act and meeting new people. Yeah, teaches you to be patient.
It's taught me to try even though it's hard and you don't feel like you can. Just keep going. Keep going and never give up.
Working as a team. Before I did many sports, but now it's you have to pull your own weight on top of, okay, how can I correct something that I'm doing, which will also benefit everyone else, which also makes it so like when you're in a classroom environment, you can help other people and tend to other people's weaknesses as far as, well, and also help yours too.
I wasn't much of a people person, but learning about teamwork, I had to kind of get along with people and work together so we could do what we need to do.
You have to be disciplined in order to come into practices because you have to be really committed to it in order to be any kind of good. Also, it teaches teamwork and how to really work with others because as other sports where there's teams, you're on a team, but you can do your own thing basically. But with rowing, you really have to work together, especially when you're in the boat. You all have to work together, and you have to learn about your teammates.
The experience to commit in the first row was just, I like enthusiasm and like the teamwork, because I used to play basketball, and since City High didn't have a team, and rowing was like a team, and it was like more a team than basketball, it really made me want to just like keep going and be part of a team.
To keep going, that's really hard. When you're like so tired and you're halfway there, keep going.
The hardest thing was taking criticism from people that are your own age and using it to benefit yourself and not just go against everything that they're saying. And it helps you become a better person.
I think I've grown over being shy to people, because I'm usually really shy around people I don't really know. And the first day that we had to do our swimming test, I just walked up to everyone and said hi, and that was my, and I was just like a jump start for me to be like, oh, well, I guess I'm not shy anymore.
One of my favorite moments was being on the water where we had a shaky boat, where we had to realize how to set the boat, how to tend to everyone in the boat, and deal with people's like attitudes towards the whole people situation in the boat, and how that helped me be aware that everyone is not the same but can come together and overcome one situation.
Some of my favorite things about this season is one, we actually started the season a bit rocky when everyone was coming onto the team, and now by the end of the team we were actually able to build a real team over this season. That's one of the things I liked most. The second thing I liked most is when one of my erg races over the winter, I was actually able to finally meet a goal of getting my 2K time under 10 minutes. So I was pretty happy about that. And then my third favorite thing was how we got to do things different this year. We actually got to go to out of town race, and we actually got to be on the water a lot more and do some on the water races.
My favorite moment would have to be, it was back at the beginning of the season, and I was in a 4 with Brene, Liz, Taylor, and I think Marina, and we were just zooming past everybody else, and it was just so cool. And the sun was setting, and it was just so nice, and we had like fun on the water. It was just like a really cool experience.
My favorite moment was, I don't know what day this was, what the first day we got all together and the boat did not rock.
My favorite moment of the season was when I coxed my 4 at the Pittsburgh race, and we were all together, all the girls were together, and our boat was just moving. It was so in sync, and it just felt amazing to be on that water.
My favorite moment about first row is when we did one practice, and we just had a really fun boat, and we were just being just like a family. It was just so much fun. Kind of want to cry.
My favorite moment was, I don't know what day it was, but it was one of the, the practice before a race. And it was, the practices before that weren't going so great. And then there was that one practice right before the race, and it was great.
Next year, I look forward to becoming a better rower and a better team member.
Next year, I look forward to making new friends, having more people join, and sharing the same experiences with them that I have with the group that we have right now. My name is Brittany, and I am definitely coming back this fall.
My name is Alexis Batista, and I will definitely be back next season.
My name is Taylor James, and I will for sure be back next season.
My name is Destiny Marshall, and I will be back next season.
My name is Brene Hill, and I'll for sure be back next year.
My name is Lily Marar, and I'll definitely be back next season.
My name is Natalie Springer, and I'll definitely be back next season.
My name is Samantha Kozier, and I will be back next season.